Thank you for joining us on another special episode of the Spartan Scoop, all about the NACE competencies. So, these are the 8 major career skills that we know employers look for. We're taking a little bit of a more in depth look at each one in this series. This one is going to be about teamwork. I'm joined here today by Alex. Alex, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Alex. I'm a career counselor at Aurora University. I help students explore majors, prep for career strategies, searching, resume, cover letter, all of the things related to career.
All right, awesome. So, you're a good person to talk about these career skills.
I mean, I think so.
All right. So, like I said, today we're going to be talking a little bit about teamwork, what it means, why it matters, and how you can start building it as a student. This is one of the things that we know employers look for. So we'll just jump right in. Alex, when we talk about teamwork, what does that look like in the context of what an employer is looking for?
Sure, I think employers expect teamwork because honestly, most jobs require working with others, whether it be in small teams or even across departments. So it's important to know how to collaborate with others and, again, similar to leadership, work toward a shared goal.
All right. Yeah, I always like to joke that everybody says they hate group projects, but then all of life is a group project, right? So
Absolutely.
you have to at least be able to do them somewhat effectively.
Yes.
Okay.
It will make things easier.
Is teamwork something that you would say students can start working on right away, even in their first year, or is this typically something that develops later? What are your thoughts?
I think we've already been working on this, even since we were children. Some of those elementary school rules are definitely about teamwork, right? Either treat others how you want to be treated, don't push people off the swing, whatever that looks like. But I think when you're in your first year, it can look like definitely group projects, even athletics, I think about as well. You are on one giant team, even if you're on a sport like golf where you're hitting alone, you're still having to collaborate with others. And I think about even student orgs, if you're planning something, it's all about teamwork.
Right, right. Yeah. Uh, Student orgs, sports, class projects, your part-time job that you work,
Hmm.
basically everything.
Volunteering, yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you mentioned a little bit about this, that employers are interested in teamwork because no matter what job you're going to be working with people. So in the workplace, is teamwork just about group projects or does it continue to play a role throughout your career?
I think it definitely continues to play a role throughout your career. When I think of teamwork in action, I think about reliability, meeting deadlines, again, listening to others. So I think those are really simple ways that can contribute to teamwork.
Okay, right. So it shows up in little things too, kind of throughout what you might see in your workday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we know this is one of the out of the top 8, teamwork is one of the main ones that employers look for. I think it's ranked like second right now. So this is a super, super important thing to do because people are everywhere, right? So you're always going to be working with somebody on something.
Right. And when teamwork goes poorly, it impacts a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So do you have an example of not when teamwork went poorly, but an
Sure.
example of maybe a student or an alum that you saw demonstrate this teamwork really well?
I actually had a student organization partner with our office, so I was able to kinda see what teamwork looked like with that organization in collaboration to plan an event, and I think it went off really smoothly, so I have to say it was a positive experience of teamwork for me, and I think they were really able to help us engage students a lot more, so to me, that was a win for teamwork.
Yeah, so kind of everybody won, right?
Yeah,
When teamwork goes well, the whole team wins.
absolutely.
So, quick side note, working with student organizations and finding partnerships is kind of a focus of yours this year.
It is.
Okay. So, if you are in a student org and you're listening and
This is the official
you
plug.
would like to partner with career services, Alex is your person.
I am indeed. Please
Okay.
come talk to me.
All right, cool. That's a little bit about what it looks like in the workplace. I think we've given some really good ways for students to think about developing this career competency throughout their year. How would a student who has done all of these things and is good at teamwork, how would they highlight this on a resume or in an interview? How do you sell this skill to an employer?
Sure, I think the main thing obviously on a resume is starting with a strong action verb. So instead of saying something like assisted or helped, actually say what you did, collaborated. You still facilitated something within collaboration, especially for maybe our nurses. You collaborate with a multidisciplinary team. So tying back even to the job posting is super helpful. I think that's a great way to start thinking about how did I do that task just in a different way, and that might be helpful in then helping you structure your bullet point a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's often this is like the challenge, right? Is one is paying attention to developing the skills, but then also thinking about how you're gonna make sure you can tell the story of
Mhm.
what you can do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So we do a thing on these episodes called the lightning round. I'm going to ask you a few quick questions.
I'm here for it.
I'd love to get your answers for those. So, what is one thing a student can do this week to grow their teamwork skill?
I think even as simple as asking someone how you can support them, right? Um, Instead of just assuming how you can support someone, maybe listen to how they want to be supported and then follow through with that.
Yeah. All right. That's a nice, easy thing somebody can do this week for
Exactly.
sure.
No
Right.
pressure.
All right. What is one common mistake that you see people make when they work in teams?
I think sometimes a mistake could be just assuming that teamwork is about just like dividing tasks and completing the goal, but I think it's also about communication as well, which is another great NACE competency, along with continuing to check in throughout, right? Instead of just we're going to go our separate ways and then come back and do the final project. I think you guys need to, yeah, work together throughout that to make sure it's cohesive.
Okay. So that's an important distinction. I'm gonna interrupt the lightning round real quick here to ask, so would you say the group that is assigned a group project and they divide up the tasks and everybody goes home and works on their part, and then they come together at the end and stick the project together, is that a failure of teamwork?
I don't think it's a failure of teamwork. I don't like to think necessarily in black and white like that, but I think it's maybe a less effective way,
Interesting.
especially when
Yeah.
you wanna go talk about it in, let's say, an interview. I
Okay.
think we can have more evidence to back up the teamwork skill when you give examples specifically about how you were able to use teamwork other than just completing the task that was given to you.
Okay. So it's not just about the result, it's about how you get there too.
Absolutely, the
Okay.
journey.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Last question. One free resource students should know about to improve their teamwork.
I think athletics is a great resource if you are an athlete, maybe continuing to ask, yeah, again, how to support your team. I think student orgs are a great resource. We have the Wackerland Center where you can use your teamwork to go volunteer for the greater good. And then, obviously, if you want to partner with us, that's a great teamwork opportunity. That last final plug.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, so that's like 4 free resources
Yeah,
that students can use.
campus is full of them.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much to Alex for joining us. Remember, teamwork is about bringing out the best in yourself and others, not just about the result, right? So the sooner you practice these skills, the stronger they'll become. If you want to learn more, you can visit Career Services and set up an appointment. We love talking about these and how you can demonstrate them and show them on your resumes and in interviews. Keep an eye out for other episodes in this series. We're doing one on each of the 8 NACE competencies and try to keep them short and easy to listen to.